All right, so if you remember the fat guy that knows how to touch papers and freak out from the dead as he's helping out John Constantine, he stabs his hand. Planet X, he puts on his hand with the eyelash curler. And then you find the Spear of Destiny found in Mexico, where the guy's speaking Spanish and they're all digging in the ground. There's so much evidence it pinpoints to America, and it's always that's important. Like Satan, she was hurting. She's like, I need you. Like, I was like, what's this Planet X? I gotta destroy this Planet X. I did. I found her in there just drained, having to chug all kinds of embalming fluid and stuff from World War II type stuff. It's catching them in the mortal world, and their spirit being so strong is going through the same thing. So, in this life, where I finally got to get that signal, get rid of Planet X, I had two visions as far as being there. One took place there, the other one exactly the same but military, and getting into World War II, into their experiment places and saving her. I have memories of her not wanting to leave the hospital, not wanting to see me again for a long time because of how, tore up she was, sadly. So that's something where a military guy had to not get to see her for a long, long time. Had to wait till the next life and stuff. But that cure of being the mother and father, always down on earth as well as above, we weren't able to just accept romancing each other and taking care of everyone. We always had to take that risk of who's infected, who's going to surround us, who's going to mess up, things and all that. So her 700 fallen angels, police, military, you know, everyone giving them steroids and type of shit to stay awake or focus. It's also to try to block us out from letting them know. But mother plant, marijuana leaves upside down, sheriff badge. You know what I mean? San Diego, all these different things, like I explained, 619 and all that. But Return to Planet X, CIA reports, 2011, 2015, 2016, people wrote about it. It always circled Earth and the sun far away in the dark. It was on a schedule to try to make a Titan from an angel and demon blood. It's part of what happened with her and me, having to always come down when I was dead, or she was, like we switched. And she was always the one that was able to remember everything when she came down, or she was in the dead world, and sending me signals. And every time I'm here, being the mortal mammal side, or more mammal side, testosterone, not estrogen, she would leave me things where I'm like, what the heck? But when I got her, no more Planet X. They try to say the guy that owned Tesla made a mistake here, so they changed the Planet X mark. I'm like, no. Every time I do something, it's the mortal world. It doesn't get to get the high five like, hey, he's here. It's the strange paranormal changes and people that are in on it who should be dead because they're obviously hosts of demons already getting to change the story for my success. So, if I'm not married to Satan as far as being the mother that's working with me to make sure we have the cure, which is in me, but like I said, I turned it off 2003 when I realized I was like, if anyone tries to do anything to me again, they're not going to get anything with the blood, with anything. It's just me having to cooperate and them finally having to accept that I am who I am. Because when it comes to passages or how do you, pa- passages or I can't remember how to say the word hybrids and all of that different shit, met, met, uh, metamorphosis. It's not just God that's in His vessel as far as shapeshifter. I mean, I'm not good at it. It's very little bit here and there. I have to focus, and people don't have time to pay attention to it. It's sad, but it's also me moving the landscape or buildings or stars. It's like what you are. You have power to change uh, in different ways. And when you're God's children, you're working on you as far as if you need help. You always got to be able to pay attention to so much detail to see who's possessed and who's not. But when you're already running your universe, it's a baby universe. And it's like it's your turn. I'm gonna be up in this one. Blah blah blah. It's like that is important, and everyone's supposed to get the keys to heaven on earth sooner or later. But every time I came down to try to present that, I always got hated. You know, they said I was greedy, jealous, stubborn, rude, kind, loving. I want to do this and that when I was Jesus. But you notice there's the crazy stories of like crucified and didn't feel pain. Well, that's Satan's side, you know. Me, I had to get tougher because throughout that time, you know, women have always been more mature. Even though we created the universe at the same time, in that vessel, she's more mature being a warrior. I'm the one that was more playful with the kids, giving them so much mercy, and she didn't tell me nothing bad. It's just that feeling of sharing the same vessel with your, you know, that's where everyone gets it from. You get married, two soulmates, one vessel. You know, you guys get to marry and meet. Her and I were together, and we had to keep doing these romantic stories, but always getting taken apart. Now, when you separate a frequency that's so powerful, this side and that side, as far as it needed to split, have to have the frequency hit the front and back of the brain. So therefore, left side and right side go flinging opposite ways. That right there is something that people haven't thought about as far as making sure the vessel is going to change heritage as far as being clean. Because each time you pass away, if you have these holes in your brain, they're going to pop up in the next one. It's parallel. So it ends up becoming muscle memory. So open up these gateways. And this is my mission to make sure that everyone has a mission and purpose. If you don't have a mission and purpose, you know, so you're like my dad. You don't believe in God, you don't give me a chance. And I've proven, but yet you ignore me and you turn up the music. It's like, dude, you're already dead inside. I can't wait till when I